Hello my beautiful artist souls, welcome to my channel. This is Jasper. I am an intuitive tarot reader, and today we're going to find out how did they feel last time they saw you. So you have three groups that you can choose from. There is the herbalist in group number 1 with the lichen. Then we have the gift in group number 2 with the dolphin bone. And finally we have Gwyneth in group number 3 with the pine cone. You can pick one or multiple piles, and you can find the timestamps in the info box below, so whenever you're ready you can click on those and it will bring you directly to the beginning of your reading. Always remember to follow your gut feelings and to follow your intuition. Take whatever feels right in this reading and let go the rest. These are general readings, so they may or may not resonate entirely with all of you, so just take that in mind. And I'm always here available if you ever would like to receive a private reading. You can find the email in the info box below, and if you contact me I'll give you all the infos and prices. And that's everything. I hope to see you at the beginning of this reading, and I hope you're gonna stick around and leave me a comment if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Hello my beauties, welcome to your reading if you have chosen group number 1 with the herbalist. So what you're seeing here is a spread made with tarot cards, oracle cards, ogham symbols and runes. So we're gonna interpret all of these to find out how did your person feel last time they saw you. Before we go deep into that, I'd love to ask you to leave a comment down below if you find that this reading is going to resonate with you, and consider subscribing if you like the vibe of this channel. So let's go back to your person. We have the Vervin in reverse and the burdock. So I can see here that your person is finally ready to start a journey of purification. Your person felt last time they saw you possibly inspired to start this new path, this new journey, more motivated, or at least they might have felt the support from your side and the approval from your side for them to start this journey of purification. I can see that they have said in their head, enough is enough. I need to detach from the old ways, from the old pattern. And I can see that same purification meaning from the birch ogham symbol is absolutely the exact same. Okay, the birch is always about new beginning and letting go of the past and letting go of old patterns and old ways and embracing a new lifestyle, embracing a new job, a new relationship. Okay, so I can see this strong desire from your person to let go of the past. Okay, it could be that in the past they might have treated you wrongly. It could be that they had some type of addiction. It could be that they were doing a job that wasn't serving them anymore. It could be that they were involved in a group of friends that was not good for them, that didn't share the same value as them. Or it could be that they were stuck in a relationship that was toxic. Okay, so you will definitely know what this person was attached to, but the good news is that finally the last time they saw you they have decided that enough is enough. And also with the Vervin in reverse, which is a sacred plant to Venus, and is a plant that has always been associated to love, we can see here that your person have finally realized that they are open to love, that they're searching for love, and also that they are feeling an extreme release for a certain situation of conflict and tension that has been dissipated. Okay, so they feel the easiness in the air and the opportunity for them to start considering a new love coming into their life. Now we have the Knight of Swords as well as the Queen of Swords, so they are pretty decisive energies. Okay, I get the same vibe from these two different cards, obviously being part of the same suit, the swords, and both of them being court card. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is definitely moving decisively and head first towards a specific goal. Okay, this person is on a mission. Okay, this person is wanting to get where they want to get as fast as they can. They don't want to get distracted. And with the Queen of Swords as well, I can see that there is a lot of planning for the future. There is a lot of responsibility being taken, and there is an ability to detach from their heart desires and impulses, because they have this specific goal, they have this direction, and they don't want to get distracted. They're also taking consideration of other people's needs, so they know that they can't be swept away by their own desires. They are trying to be responsible for everybody. They're trying to make the right thing here. And I can see that they are trying to maintain a clear vision of the future perspective. They're trying to be wise here. They're trying to use their intellect, and they're trying to be rational in their decision making and future planning. Okay, so it does contrast a little bit with this desire of embracing love. Can you see that? There is a sort of cups energy from the vervain, and then a swords energy from the Queen and the Knight. So I can see that your person with the Death in the right middle of the reading is trying to embrace a new change. This person is trying to evolve, is trying to grow, is trying to become the best version of themselves. And I can see that obviously love is a important and it's one of their goal, is one of the future things that they're trying to obtain, that they're trying to embrace in their life. But they are realizing that rationally right now it wouldn't be the best moment, because it is very much it's very important that they detox themselves first, because they don't want to get into an unhealthy relationship, or they don't want to drag their unhealthy habits into a new relationship, or possibly they have realized that they haven't fully removed themselves from those past bonds. Okay, it could be that they're still in one of those past toxic relationship, or they haven't left their job yet. And so this person has realized that in order to embrace love, in order to open up their heart to somebody new, they first need to detox themselves and get rid of certain old patterns and make a transformation. There is a rune as well, the Dagger's rune, that speak as well about growth and evolving and transformation. So I love when that happens, because it just remarks the meanings of the cards. Then we have patient, wait for the fruit to ripen. So again, it gives us this impression that they felt like they wanted to merge with you. They wanted to accept your love. They wanted to be more expressive and more romantic with you, but they have decided that the best thing to do is to be more patient and wait until a better time will come. But nevertheless, it has been extremely surprising for them to reconnect with you. They did not expect that whatsoever, and they did not expect to have those feelings for you either. So I really feel that you have hit them in the heart, in a really soft place of their heart. And we have European beach, so I can see that your person has been particularly moved by certain deep experiences that you have decided to share with them. They have found a lot of wisdom in your stories, and they have took a lot of inspiration from them. And it's like their whole soul has been fed by your words, so they feel extremely grateful because of it, and touched and moved. And we have the Akasha as well, that in reverse speak about something missing in their life. So last time they saw you, they have realized that they have forgotten how nice it feels to be together with somebody that does understand them, that does motivate them, inspires them, that can be affectionate with them, and somebody that can dream with them. They have realized, thanks to you, that love is missing in their life. But at the same time, this encounter has motivated them even more to make that move, to cut cords with the past, or to purify their life. I see there is a herbalist right in the middle of the reading as well. This is the card that you have chosen. So possibly your person, for a reason or another, has understood that there are many ways to heal themselves, not only the physical body but the emotional and spiritual body as well, and that they can use herbs for it. So it could be that you are expert in herbs, it could be that you are a herbalist yourself, or it could be that you have started feeling very curious about the medicinal property of herbs and plants and flowers, and you might have shared some of that wisdom with your person, and they have really took inspiration from it, and they really listen to you, and they want to incorporate certain healing practices into their life. So you might have felt that maybe you were annoying them, or you were being boring, and instead they were listening to you with their full open heart, and they were taking mental notes on what you were teaching them. And there is a soothsayer as well, which talks about taking the road seldom taken, to travel the road seldom taken. So it feels like if they have some type of disease, or some type of physical illness, or if they have some type of addiction, or if they have some anxiety even, and they have realized, or depression, they might have realized, thanks to you, that going with the medicine is not the only way, that there is other alternatives to cure themselves that might not have those side effects. And so they finally felt open to try at least new alternative ways. Forest sister, so they see you as a forest sister. I feel like your presence has been incredibly healing for them, and you have shine a bright light over certain subject that they might have not considered, or you might have shine a bright light over some shadow work that they need to be doing. You might have expressed some of your stories of how you have managed to heal your own wounds, and how you have managed to work with your shadow self. And so they again have been taking inspiration. And here as well, it says the moon shine brighter after the storm. So it feels like you have come after a big storm of them. It's like you were one of the first things that they were able to see after their storm has passed. And it felt like destiny. It felt like you were meant to meet each other after the storm, just so that they could learn some very important lessons from you. We have protection and strength, so I can see that when they saw you last time, they felt incredibly strong. They felt like they could go back on their feet. They felt hopeful to find that strength again inside of them, and they also felt protective. So if something happened to you, they felt this urge to protect you, to so that you don't have to experience it again, or so that they can defend you. So they felt incredibly brave and courageous all of a sudden. It could be as well though that with this Rowan, they might feel like they have to protect their heart right now, or they want to protect you from getting hurt again, especially if their old patterns might have scarred you in some way. So they felt like, yes, they want to, they want to keep maintaining this communication, because we have the houses here which talk about messages and as well as wisdom and knowledge. So they want to maintain this tunnel open between the two of you, this tunnel of communication between the two of you open. But at the same time, they realize that it's probably best if they protect you from any possible bad consequence of the fact that they haven't healed fully. Okay, so I can see that they're seeing the situation from a very rational point of view, but at the same time, whatever decision they're taking, they do it also because they care for you. They have care for you, and they don't want you to get harm in any way. Let me see if there's anything else I haven't been speaking about. No, I said everything. So let me grab some extra tarot cards and see what else, how else they felt last time they saw you. For pile number 1, please and thank you. So we have the Fools, again another card that speaks about new beginning and wanting to be reckless and feeling this excitement of life, feeling like they don't even want to prepare themselves fully. They just want to get out of the house without any bag, without any luggage, you know, like just like a child would do, without thinking of anything, without having responsibilities in their head, without thinking of the consequences. That is their impulse. So impulsively, if they had to follow their instinct, they would come straight to you. They would start something with you right now. Obviously, then there is this energy of the Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords that is impeding them from doing so. But again, with this Patient card, it seems like there could be a chance that in the future the condition will be more adapt to this new beginning. They will be welcoming, they will be more fertile for this new beginning. And then we have, wow, the 9 of Cups there. So yeah, it feels there's definitely a lot of love in the 9 of Cups, but mainly it is concentrating on self-love here. So your person felt that journey of self-love that you've been going on through yourself, and they got inspiration from that. So they realized that that is the best way to prepare the ground for a new relationship. They need to start loving themselves first. There is no other way around it. And then, oh my god, the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands clearly speak about an extreme amount of chemistry that they have felt for you, and there's a lot of attraction. As you can probably see, the Ace of Wands has a phallic symbol in it, so it is a sexually charged card. Okay, there's a lot of passion for sure. So again, they felt extremely excited about this union, not just in a spiritual way but in a physical way as well. Then we got the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles does speak about wanting to work things out, wanting to dedicate to a new goal, to a new destination, to a new project. It also speaks about being open to partnership. And I can see that definitely this person felt motivated to work on themselves just so that they can prepare the ground for a new relationship, because they do want this new beginning, but they don't want to hurt you. And at the same time, they know that they're still semi-attached to the past, and that a lot of things need to be healed first. Okay, but clearly the attraction was there, just in case you were doubting. And now let's get another couple of cards and then we'll end it. We have the Six of Cups, so they felt like you are their soulmate. It could be as well that you knew each other since you were kids. Clearly there was a lot of nostalgia when they met you. They felt the purity of this connection, and they remember the nice time that you spent together in the past. So for a lot of you, it could be that you guys knew each other already since a long time, but definitely they felt really connected to you from a heart place. And then we have the Emperor, so you did trigger some masculine feeling inside of them. You did trigger this desire to be in control of their life, this desire to be able to protect their partner, and in a way there is a type of possessive energy as well. So they felt like they want to be the only one having you, not in a toxic, unhealthy way, but they felt like they would like to be your man, or they like to be your woman. And but in a more general sense, they felt like they thanks to this meeting, or after this meeting, after seeing you, they felt like they really want to make this change. They really want to take control of their lives, just so that they can finally have you or be happier. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection. It could be that this was simply a friend of yours, and so you just really motivate them to take the right path. And yeah, then what do we have? We have the Magician as well at the center of the reading. So they felt like anything is possible. Okay, thanks to you, they felt like they could finally embrace magic again. Okay, and there is a beautiful sentence. I'm gonna grab it for you. Is from Roald Dahl, and it says, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. And so your person has finally realized when they saw you that the reason why they weren't able to see magic is because they weren't believing in it, but thanks to you now they do. Okay, so what a gorgeous reading, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if it has resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll answer to each one of your comments as soon as I see them. Consider as well subscribing if you like the vibe of this channel, and I am here available for private readings if you'd like to get one for yourself, as well as for Reiki healing sessions at a distance. There's also a possibility to send some donation to the channel. You can find the links in the info box below, and there's an Amazon wishlist as well if you'd like me to get a new deck and play with some different energies as well. So that's everything. Thanks so much for watching and being loyal to the channel, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye bye, guys. Much love to you and big hugs. Hello my lovelies, welcome to your reading if you have chosen the gifting group number 2 with the dolphin bone. So what you're seeing here is a spread made with tarot cards, oracle cards, own symbols, as well as runes. So we're going to interpret all of these to find out how did your person feel the last time they saw you. I hope that this video is going to resonate. Although I've been meditating on these cards for a while, and I realized that very specific scenarios came out. So I would be forever grateful if you would be able to let me know in the comments below if it did actually resonate with you. And please consider subscribing if you haven't done it yet, and if you enjoy the vibe of this channel. So what I'm seeing here primarily is that your person had a really good time with you the last time they saw you. They consider the time that they have spent with you a treasure, a gift. They it was like a sunny day in between a big long storm. So they truly appreciate all the connection that they were lucky to have with you. And they felt like joyful and playful again. Like you can see here the card play. Among the grass and wildflowers lie undisturbed little secrets to uncover. So they felt this playful attitude with you, and they felt like it was a special day, something that wouldn't occur very often, and it felt like the connection between the two of you is actually pretty strong as well. Like I'm seeing here with the strength, when your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So it really felt like you were able to give this person some moment to breathe relief from some difficulties that they're going through right now. But you made them feel like no matter what happened out there, they'll always have you, they'll always have your support, your friendship, or your affection. When they were with you, they felt like finally life was slowing down. It wasn't so hectic anymore. And I can see that from the autumn fade. Go slowly and listen closely for the words of the tree spirit. Sorry, I'm reading from backwards, so it's a little trickier. And then from the fairy harper, find the words to long forgotten songs and dance to the music in your soul. So really feel like you've been giving this person such a beautiful, pleasant day. You made them feel a bit melancholic about the past moments, where maybe you've been sharing songs, you've been dancing, you've been having a good time in the past. Maybe you grew up together, or maybe you were friends when you were children, and you just helped them remembering how sweet life feel when there's no troubles around, when there's no conflicts, when there's no storm. And you help them to listen to the wisdom of nature around them. So it's like they just arise from the ashes. That's what I'm perceiving here. Although unfortunately they felt like they had to let go of those good times. So maybe it could be that you guys didn't have a chance to stay together for long. Maybe you only had a day to be together, and then you had to take two different paths. Or maybe they have decided that it wasn't going to be a good idea to keep seeing you constantly. And I can see that as well from the holly here and the sugar maple. Indeed, the holly is saying that they felt like they had to be very careful not confusing rational thoughts with wishful thinking. And then the sugar maple as well reminds me that they were thinking of not going back into the same pattern in which they are so addicted to that good feeling that they become greedy and inconsiderate, and they just keep chasing those feelings, forgetting then about the real life. So it felt like they knew that they could have become addicted to you, become addicted to that feeling. And so they have said to themselves, be careful, don't fall into this trap again, because you might actually end up hurting people or losing yourself in the process. So again, there is also cautions from the wormwood plant and Brighton from the calendula. So yes, they did have a good time, but with the calendula reminds me that since it's a plant that doesn't last for very long, it does give you, it brings a smile onto your face when you see it in the field, and it brings so much joy, but then it's not gonna last long. And that's the same feeling that your person had. They had a really good time, they felt really happy and joyful, but they also knew that it wasn't gonna last for a long time. And that could be because they decided to be really careful here, not repeating a certain pattern from the past, not falling in the same trap. And also I'm seeing here that your person with the restorers in reverse and the clover in reverse is was going through a lot of anxiety and felt completely out of balance, and was extremely focused into getting rid of these unwanted feelings and toxicity in their mind. So it feels like this is the major reason why your person has decided that your meeting shouldn't be repeating very often, at least for now, at least until they are healed. That's what I'm seeing here. They are pretty determined with the Page of Wands to give it a try, to this connection, but it feels like they're not ready to make an actual plan for the future. They're not ready to give you an actual date. They were really excited and enthusiastic to see you, but not so prepared to create a future with you. That's what I'm seeing here. Again, there is this feeling with the Seven of Cups in reverse that they didn't want to fall into the daydreaming phase in which they were going to think about you every day and dream about having a family, having kids, moving in together, having a loving relationship with you. They blocked all of those wishful thinking for good reason, because they are on a healing path right now. That's what I'm seeing here. They want to be strong and they want to let go of this connection for now, at least until it will feel good. But definitely they felt that you were an absolute treasure. Meeting you, spending time with you, breathing in the smell of your hair was such a gift for them. They consider you as an empress. Possibly they're very, very attracted to you, and they have a really high esteem of you. They have a lot of respect for you. They really admire your lifestyle, and they take a lot of inspiration and wisdom from you. So then let's go to the Ogham and the runes as well. They actually repeat pretty much the same message, because we have the Isa that stands for them feeling frozen, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, not being able to make a decision, not being able to make a move, having to pause. And then we have Yera, which speak about 1 year, putting effort and dedication for a year until they have success and they can finally reap the rewards of their efforts. So it gives me the impression that your person would like to give it another try, but in a year, because right now they're stagnant, they're frozen, they wouldn't been able to give you much. They don't want to become the guy or the girl that just take from you without being able to give you anything in return. They want to start a healthy relationship, or they want to have healthy friendships. So they don't want to involve you in their toxic spiral. That's what I'm saying. So it's a really, really strong affirmation. And as I said before, this is really specific scenario. We have the Ivy here from the Ogham, which speak about soul searching. So that's what they are doing right now. They're spiraling into this inner world where they have to understand and analyze their past and their experiences, to figure out why they ended up here and how they can come out of this. So it's a spiritual journey that they have to do on their own. And then it's funny enough, we have the Holly from the Ogham, which we also have from the Plant Wisdom Oracle cards. And in this specific symbol from the Ogham, it says to them to try and be strong, to have a direction, to find balance, because they are right now out of balance, and they know that they have the awareness, but at least they have a good direction. They know where they're going to go. They can't make a full plan, detailed plan of it just yet, but they know that they have purpose right now. They know that they have to heal that toxicity, because they don't want to live in fear. They don't want to live with this amount of anxiety, and they don't want to live with this amount of toxicity, whatever that is. Okay, it could be a mental issue, it could be an addiction, it could be a toxic relationship that they have to get rid of. Fun enough, we have a similar message in pile number 1. So if you want to get to hear that one as well, you might find some messages that will resonate with you. Now let's mix the cards again and get another couple of cards from the tarot deck to find out how else did they feel last time they saw you, to go more in details and see if there's anything that we have missed from this reading until now. The Eight of Swords, exactly. They feel completely trapped, like they can't move their hands. It's like they are in this mental prison that they possibly have created themselves. And that happens a lot when people are suffering from anxiety or depression. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So the Nine of Swords usually speak about insomnia and overthinking, not being able to go to sleep because they're just so troubled by their thoughts and they keep going over a certain scenario over and over and over again. But then with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it means that they are actually having the intention to step out of that anxiety, step out of that insomnia, do something to heal themselves and stop that chattering in their mind. So it's like when they saw you, they finally felt extremely aware of the fact that they are stuck right now, that they are in a prison, but also they understood that they created themselves those conditions and that they can get themselves out of them as well. They have the power to get themselves out of it. So it was really, really good for them because they realized that it is possible to feel at peace again. You remind them of that. It is possible to feel happy again, to feel joyful again, to feel light-hearted, to feel hopeful, to feel yes, to have no troubles in their mind, to have an empty mind just like a kid would have, and to be creative again. Then we have Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, so they felt when they saw you that it is time to stop running away from themselves. That they had to stop deceiving themselves. They have to stop upsetting themselves and others and disappointing themselves and others, and that they have to finally be honest with themselves. That's what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords in reverse, because before they might have just lied to their friends or their relationship and to themselves, and they might have pretended that everything was fine, but they were actually just escaping from life. And now when they saw you, they just realize, I can't do this anymore. I need to face my shit, basically. And then the Priestess, very, very good, and the Knight of Cups. So definitely they have felt some feelings for you. They couldn't deny them. They were there. They had this a magnetic attraction towards you and the desire to give you something, the desire to share those feelings with you, the desire to make a move, to make you feel to take care of, the desire to please you, the desire to impress you even. So it's like, yeah, they nearly had this impulse to ask you out, but then also that impulse was pretty much balanced by the High Priestess that was telling them to find that inner balance again and to work on their spiritual journey again. So they drew a lot of wisdom from the place, the landscape that you possibly were in together as well. It could be that you were spending a lot of time in nature, since we have the tree spirit being mentioned, and also, yeah, the High Priestess is so green, this card, that it just made me feel that you might have been near a river, nearby the water, but also nearby the woods, surrounded by plants, and they just felt this calling to finally be nice to themselves and to others. So in order to make a move towards you, they first need to heal themselves. That's what I'm seeing here. But definitely they did have feelings for you, so you don't have to doubt about that whatsoever. It is even possible that they were actually making some lovely gestures towards you, and if you were wondering if they were real, well, this is the confirm that they were. Okay, it wasn't just a facade, it wasn't just an act that they were putting on. They truly meant. Oh, look at this, Two of Cups and then the Moon. So definitely they kept these feelings secrets, but they do think that you are their soulmate. They do think that there is a deep connection between the two of you. They feel like they want to merge in with you. They want to become one person, not in an unhealthy way, but definitely they want to keep exploring you. They want to discover this relationship. They want to give it a try, but right now they feel like the best thing is to keep those feelings hidden with the moon, and to show them just at the right time when they are able to remove themselves from this toxicity, as I said. Now let me see if I can find another couple of cards. I just feel like I want to give you something else. I know that the scenario is pretty clear, but you know, like sometimes the small details make you realize that this was actually talking about your person. It's being a general reading. You're not always 100% sure. There is a Tower and then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. What do I see here? Okay, so yeah, they felt like they had to build themselves all the way up from zero. They felt like they had to get rid of certain pattern from the past that they weren't good anymore. They had to redo the connection with you as well. Okay, the Tower, it's a moment in which you have to destroy your foundation and start building new ones, basically. So it can be quite dramatic. Your person might have been going through some really tough times here. Okay, and they might even have to go to a psychic ward or something like that. Not necessarily, but as you can compare like a big event like that. Okay, they might have as well have lost have a big loss. They might have lost their home, or some members of their family, or an old relationship that they were clinging on. And now when they met you, they realize that it was all for a good reason. They realize that everything is going to work out with the Six of Pentacles, and they felt the support from you. They felt that you were there for them to help them out, and realize that there is hope for the future, and that there is a way to rebuild everything from zero again. And they felt generosity from you, and they felt reciprocity. Okay, there was a good balance, give and take. So they felt that it was a really healthy connection, that it was really you made them smell or taste the sense of balance again. Okay, then you made them realize how sweet life can be again. And yeah, you reminded them of how a healthy lifestyle feels. Okay, and you made them how do you say, yearn for that. Okay, so that's everything. That's all I'm seeing here. I really hope it resonated. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I'll answer to each one of your comments as soon as I see them. Consider subscribing if you haven't done it yet, and hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video, if you don't want to miss any of them. And I'm always here available. You can find my email in the info box below if you'd like to receive a tarot reading, a private reading, or a Reiki healing session on a distance basis. So that's everything. Thank you so much for all of your loyalty, if you know me already, and for sticking around until now. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Sending you big hugs, much love. Bye bye guys now. Hello my lovelies, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the green net in group number 3 with the pine cone, so what you're seeing here is a spread made with tarot cards, oracle cards, Owen symbols, and runes as well, and we're going to interpret all of them to find out how did your person feel the last time they saw you. Before we go ahead, I'd like to ask you to leave a comment down below if you find that the reading has resonated with you. Leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done it yet, and if you enjoy the vibe of this channel. So we are gonna start with the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. So definitely this person felt that it was the right time to move from the past, to move away possibly from a situation that was agitated and troubling and creating conflict and annoying them, or just creating some bad feelings, and they decided, or they felt transformed, okay? They felt evolved from that situation. They felt that you both could leave the past in the past. So it could be that you guys have had some history and something didn't end up being so great at the end of your connection, and now your person, when they saw you, they felt like you both have evolved, you both have grown, you both have moved on from whatever happened. But it could be as well something attached to their life, to their personal life. So it could be something that has nothing to do with you, but you'll be able to know that. Of course, this is a general reading, therefore it is embracing a few different scenarios. Definitely though, there is a beautiful happy feeling of somebody that is ready for love, somebody that is ready to embrace their feelings, that is ready to take care of you, to open up, to finally open their heart and share with somebody, and to have a romantic, loving relationship where you both can be vulnerable with each other. And so I can see that it's definitely not just a dream, it's not just an impulse, okay? Because we also have the Knight of Pentacles, which shows me that your person really feel ready to provide for you, ready to make a plan for the future, ready to make action to prove you how much you are important to them, how much you matter to them. They want to impress you in a way as well with this Knight of Pentacles, as in, look how much I got. Look how, you know, in a positive way. Okay, seems that this person is finally grounded, and they possibly feel proud of themselves for their development, for their growth. They have worked a lot on themselves, that's what I'm seeing. And now, yeah, they have transformed, and they recognize now the beauty of being in the now, of being present, of appreciating the beauty around them. They're not anymore caught in their head so much anymore, and they have the awareness that you represent their wish, okay? You are the wish that finally came true. They might have spent hours and hours dreaming about you in the past, but they didn't do anything concrete to make themselves look attractive to you, or to behave in the right way, or to offer you anything solid. So now finally I can see with the Gwinnett as well, they have spent time filling up their jar of love. Before, they couldn't pour from an empty cup. They were absolutely empty, not in the superficial way, but they had not taken care of themselves enough. They have not found out who they were. They have not discovered themselves. They have not done the soul searching that was necessary. They have not done the transformation, the evolution, the growth. But now they do, and so they have a lot to offer. They have a lot to nourish you, to make you feel protected, to make you feel loved. And they want to look at this connection from a different point of view. Okay, with the Anans here, with the Indigo, they want to look at this connection from a different angle. So if before they consider you as a simple soul sister or a friend or a colleague or acquaintance, now they're looking at you from different eyes, okay? And they definitely feel this need, this urge to nourish you. With the plantain is really funny, because the plantain is a herb that is very nourishing, and the funny thing is that it is spread everywhere. You possibly have it in a corner of your garden without even realizing. It grows at the border of the streets, the edges of the streets, and so we often forget about it, don't even look at it. We just think it's a weed, but it's actually so nourishing. It has medicinal properties. And so the metaphor here is that your person felt like they have had their wish ready to come true right in front of their eyes, and they have been ignoring it. They have not been able to see it in the past. You were there all this time, but they were not able to look at you in the same way that they are doing now. They did not recognize that you were the person they were looking for. Now they're like, oh my goodness, she was there or he was there all this time, and I was just so distracted and so lost and so detached from myself. I didn't even recognize that she or he was who I really needed to be with. That's so weird. Usually I do this reading in a much more methodical way, like I explain card by card what their meaning is. This time I just felt really inspired to blurt it all out, and it probably is a sign as well that your person feels extremely excited and enthusiastic to have had this awareness, and they can't cope with reality. They can't even distinguish a dream from reality anymore. Indeed, there is this symbol. I'm gonna tell you the name of it. I had to look it up because I forgot, but this is the symbol of the rowan. So it's a sacred tree and it is in reverse. The rowan help us distinguish from disenchantment, okay? Help us distinguish what's good from bad. And they weren't able to do that in the past, okay? They were possibly lost. Maybe they were so detached from life. Maybe they were actually also making use of drugs, but not necessarily. They were just following, like a moth follow the lights, okay? So they were just going towards the most attractive events, the most attractive people, the most popular people, or they were following the trends. They were being easily enchanted by something that was actually at the end revealed not to be so exciting anymore. So it could be anything. It could be that they were attracted to superficial friends. They were the cool guys of the town, and they were drinking a lot. They were dancing and singing and having a lot of fun. But in the end, they realized that there was not a deep connection there with them. And so they when they saw you last time, they recognized that in their past they have been disenchanted. They were going after the wrong things here, okay? And then we have the hazel in reverse, which means that in the past they had a creativity block, okay? They didn't know what they wanted to create in this life. They weren't in touch with their talents. They were not developing them. They were not putting dedication and effort in the things that they were passionate about, and so they had really little to offer, and they possibly felt really ashamed about it. And also they felt like they were not really proud of themselves. So what was the point on showing off? It's like their soul knew that they were not ready for you back then, because they were not anywhere near the best version of themselves, and they were not putting much effort into being a good person or interesting person, into being loyal to their sole purpose. They were just kind of losing themselves with the wrong people around them, just because it was the cool thing to do back then. But now they felt when they met you that they have finally moved on, that they are actually ready to attract the right people in their life, that they are nourishing their soul, people that actually are able to have communications, that are able to talk about deep things. With the flax seeds, it does speak about communication. So they felt like the communication with you was so meaningful, and it literally nourished them from the inside and inspired them, and there was this exchange of wisdom. They felt really electric because of this flow of communication that happened between the two of you. So clearly they felt like you had really good chats, and they would have wanted them to keep going on and on and on. With the elm as well, to speak about the fact that you were able to go directly to the point. You were not rotating around a certain topic. You were not giving hints for them to understand what you really meant. You were being so straightforward and direct, and they really appreciated that. And then we have the gnome of mushrooms and buttons that says, seek silliness and joy, they are wise teachers. So it felt like they felt like you guys were also having a good time, not just speaking about the deep things of life, not just having a deep exchange in that way, but you were also making jokes and making each other laugh and being light-hearted and being playful. So they really liked that balance between seriousness and silliness. Then we have the Lady of the Lost that says, give to others and treasure life and all its magic. So they felt inspired. They felt inspired to give. They saw how generous you are, and they saw how present you were and how you were treasuring every single moment that you were spending together. Possibly you do embrace magic as well in your life, and you did give them a little hint of doing the same for themselves as well. You made them realize how magic is just literally everywhere around us. What do we have then? We have the Cedar of Lebanon that speaks about following their intuition in order to make the right decision. So yeah, their intuition told them that being with you there in that moment was the right thing to do. That choosing you was the right thing to do, and they just knew. And also, they felt like there were certain things that were secretive between you with this purse, with the rune purse. They felt like you were hiding certain things, as in obviously whatever you were talking about was really straightforward, as I said, but there were certain topics that you weren't even getting near them, and it could be about your feelings for them, or the joy that you felt about being there with them, or how desperate you felt when you were not connected anymore, or what you thought of them when they were so lost in their previous path. So they perceived that you kept something secretive and in an innocent way, but they had the intuition, their intuition told them that there was something that you were keeping secretive, but they were kind of able to decode it. They were kind of able to understand what it was. Their intuition told them. Okay, so if you thought that you were really, really good at hiding your feelings towards them, they actually coped on with it. They actually understood how you felt with them in that second. And then we have the Hiwas here, which speak about protection, speak about endurance and something that is timeless. So they felt like this connection kept protected, even though a lot of time might have been passed in between, in the meantime. So they felt as if it was just yesterday that they saw you. They felt like this meeting was meant to be, and time just healed the two of you and helped you both growing rather than keeping you, rather than disconnecting you more and more, and making you feel detached about each other. So the warmth between the two of you had been protected, had been kept fresh, basically. Warm being kept fresh is a bit of a weird way to put it, but basically it's like the connection between the two of you got frozen. In the meantime, it got preserved. That's the right way to put it. Okay. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing here. Let's get another few tarot cards to see more details, if there's anything else that we missed. How did they feel last time they saw them? Please and thank you for pile number 3. We have the Temperance. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. That's really interesting. Ten of Pentacles is in reverse, and then we have the Temperance. It's a really straightforward message here. Basically, they felt like they need to be patient with you if they want to create something solid, if they want to create if they want to start a project with you that is going to have benefits that you can keep reaping in the future, or if you want to create a family, if you want to move in together, if you know, if there is any a business that you want to start together, I can see that they have realized they need to be patient. So if you guys were thinking about starting a project together, a business or something like that, they felt like it is the right thing to do, but that they also need to be really patient and wait until the right time, okay, and go, or at least go really slowly and take it step by step without getting too excited, without falling again into the disenchantment and falling into the illusion that everything is perfect, and then missing out details that could be actually lethal for this project. And but it doesn't necessarily have to be business wise just because it's pentacles. It could be as well sentimental, creating a long-lasting love, a long-lasting relationship, and as I said before, even a family. So they just feel like, yeah, everything is going to happen at the right time, and they are okay with it. They don't feel impulsive, they don't feel the urge to make it happen right now. They are really okay with divine timing, and they're gonna let it be when it wants to be. Now let's get another couple of cards. Nine of Pentacles, interesting, because it's in reverse, and the King of Pentacles is in reverse as well. So they felt this contrasting feeling of not wanting to be on their own anymore, so that life doesn't satisfy them anymore. They want to create a connection, they want to be with somebody, they want to have a partner in life. At the same time, they felt like they are not fully there, they're not fully prepared for it, they don't have enough to provide you for, they're still not the boss of their life, or they don't have enough money, or they don't have a job right now, they don't feel stable financially, or they don't feel stable even emotionally, or they don't have a home. They feel like their practical matters have to be fixed still. Their material life has to be sorted before they're actually able to partner up with somebody. But it's a really good progress, because they felt like they are not enough for themselves anymore. They definitely need somebody in their life. And then Queen of Pentacles, I just confirmed that they believe that you are the right person. They believe that you are their queen. Whether you're male or female doesn't really matter. These are just the energies that come through. There could be some feminine energy coming out of you, but it's really not about the gender here. So they just really feel that they have picked you. They want you to be their life partner. This is a really strong message. They do admire you so much. They have so much esteem for you, and they admire how much you are settled in your life, and you've been able to reap the rewards of your successes already. You've been making all of this on your own, so they really admire how successful you are in life, and how self-reliant you are, independent, and how happy you are on your own, how it seems like you don't need anything, you don't need anybody to be happier than you are. And so that, yeah, they are not just daydreaming. I feel that they are really choosing you. They're choosing you, but they're also choosing to be better for you. They feel like you wouldn't want to settle with them just yet at the phase they are in, because they still need to do a lot of progress. But they feel that there is a chance, okay? They feel like you will be willing to be patient with them as well, because the Queen of Pentacles is quite generous and quite patient as well. So and likes to take things slowly, likes to go one step at a time, okay? So it's a long and steady path, and she's okay with it, okay? So it really feels like they want to create something serious with you. They want to create something long term, and they're so happy that they have found you again, or that they have found themselves again after this long or short period of feeling lost. And yeah, they're definitely emotionally available. That's what I'm seeing here with the King of Cups. The heart is there. They're ready to love, they're ready to receive love, they're ready to take care of you, protect you, but they feel like they have to fix certain things in their material practical life first. Okay, and so it's just a matter of time, really. Everything else seems to be moving forward into that direction. So I really hope that this reading has helped and that has given you the guidance you were looking for, or the confirm you were looking for. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll answer to each one of your comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish any videos, so you're not gonna miss any of them. And consider as well leaving a thumbs up. It's going to help the channel so much. And consider a donation if you feel like. There is the thanks button as well, and there is an Amazon wish list and all sorts. And also I'm here available for private reading if you'd like to receive one for yourself, or a Reiki healing session at a distance, obviously. So that's really everything. Thanks so much for all of you who knows me already and has decided to be loyal to the channel. I'm so deeply grateful to you, and thanks to the new one of you that has decided to stick around until now. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Big hugs, much love.